Welcome to our home on this beautiful August late afternoon. So I'm going to share two very short stories today, and it's about using our hands to touch people, and using our hands as instruments of healing. So when our first daughter, Rami, was 5.5, I was teaching her that she could use her hands to bless and heal. Because I really feel that when a person reaches out and touches another with the intention to bring light and healing to that person, I really feel that our hands can be used. I don't feel it's a gift for just a few people. I feel that really we all, to some extent, can do that. So my mother came to visit us when our second child was born, Mira, and so Rami was 5.5, and my mother got really, really, really sick. She thought she was dying. We didn't think that she was dying, but she was really, really sick. And one day, she was lying. We had a special room for her. And Rami, unbeknownst to us, she crept into her grandma's room, and she put both of her little hands on my mom's heart. And my mother said she was in like a deep dream, and she had this sensation of this warmth filling her body, and she felt that there was an angel in the room with her. And she opened her eyes, and there was little Rami dressed in her pajamas, and just very sincerely having her hands on my mother's heart. And it touched my mother so deeply that she actually she didn't get all better right then, but she actually started to get better, and the really spiking high fever started to go down, and it was a really beautiful thing. So, and it's beautiful to teach your children that to use their hands. So the second story took place a number of years ago, and I was speaking with this woman, and she was telling me that her husband has this horrible pain in both of his knees, and they had quite a bit of money, and they went to the best experts on this, and nothing was helping. Nothing. The pain was just there every single day. And I said, well, have you tried putting your hands, both of your hands, on your husband's knees, and just sitting like that and saying a prayer? Well, she had never thought of that. She was so busy researching, the best treatment. I said, you need to do that. So the next day, this is what she told me. The next day, she suggested this to her husband. He was totally open, and they sat together, and she had her hands on his knees, and she prayed, and they sat just quietly like that for 15 minutes. And after that, they both were in a very peaceful place. And the man who would spend most of his life in front of a computer, he's kind of a genius, a tech genius. He said, I think I just need to go out in the garden. So he went out in the garden, and the first thing he did was he bent over and picked a rose. And as he was doing that, this whole beautiful voice came to him and said, take the inserts out of your shoes. He had never had that thought before. I mean, they were placed there by this very high-end expert. They were specially made for him and everything. So he went in, he took the inserts out. No more knee pain. I just think it's amazing. And of course, it could be a coincidence that he had that thought, right?
No coincidence.
But I don't think so. I think he because his wife had focused so much healing energy on his knees, I think it brought him into such a intuitive place of understanding what he needed to do. So use your hands and consciously and touch people. You know, we're able to do that now. I mean, not strangers in the grocery store; they'll freak out. But you know, people are still kind of scared. But you know, when you're with a friend or with your loved one, with your children, use your hands, and it's very beautiful. It's something that we weren't able to do in the height of the pandemic. You know, you weren't allowed to touch anybody, but now we can more. All right.
That's great. Of course, ask permission before you put your hands, even on those you know.
You don't do that with me.
Can I put my hand on your heart?
Yes.
I like to do that, just to bless your heart, your beautiful, loving heart with love.
Thank you, Barry. And it just feels so good. So I asked Barry to sing this song. I love this song. And it's really about being an instrument of healing and love.
It's the St. Francis prayer, which I've always loved. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. And actually, that's what we're asking you to do, you know, to just, in your healing with your hands, it's, you know, to be instruments of healing, of peace, of love. And like Joyce said, it's not, you don't have to have all this training in healing. You just have to be willing to touch and let this loving energy come through. Okay? So yeah, I mean, as you know, we've taken groups to Assisi, Italy for years, and we haven't in the last couple of years, but we love St. Francis, and there's many versions to this prayer in song, but I sat down at the piano. I sat down at the piano one day, and actually this is the fastest I've ever written a song. It just, boom, just came right out in minutes. So here it is. Instrument of your peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Lord, make me an instrument of peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is doubt, I'll bring faith. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. Where there is sadness, I'll bring joy. Lord, make me an instrument of peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. It is in giving that we receive. It is in loving that we are loved. It is in dying that we are born. We are born to eternal life. Lord, make me an instrument of peace. Lord, make me an instrument of peace. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. And this is also my favorite prayer. Just, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Use me to just bring more love to the planet, to people. And we can all ask for that, just to be really instruments of love. Thank you.
We so love doing these videos for you, and the fact that you actually watch them is so touching. So we're also raising right now in our dining room very strong ambassadors of peace. So as promised, as long as they're with us, we're going to give you another peek at the puppies who are almost 4 weeks old. So here we go.
They're so precious. Their teeth, they're starting to come through. And they're really just, they're ambassadors of love.
Yeah, they're playing with each other. And so hold on for the transition through our living room, and you'll see them in a second. All right, here we go. Here's the little darlings. Say hello to all your fans. Yeah. You're instruments of peace. You're going to bring so much happiness into your homes. And one of these pups is going to be a therapy dog. The woman's going to take her into the rest homes to people who really can't leave their own rooms. And this little dog's going to bring so much joy and happiness. Okay, so I know, haven't they grown a lot? Yeah. And you'll get to see them next week too. All right.
All right. God bless you.